Hey everybody, Mr. Chainsmoker here again. And before I jump into the stories today, a quick little note. I didn't get to put out the video I recorded for Friday because for some reason none of my audio worked, and I have no idea why. But, go figure. Hooray for technical difficulties. As you can see, I managed to fix that though, and I'm back. Anyways, end of mini-rant and on to the news. For today's first story, we're headed to Tennessee. Tennessee man gets $14 million bond after daring judge to raise his bond. Apparently, Mr. Charles Nichols was standing before the judge on sex charges involving a minor, as well as being accused for causing the death of his girlfriend. Not a great start, but everybody deserves a fair shot at trial. According to sources, he was supposed to be held on a $50,000 bond. Now, you might be asking, how in the hell did $50,000 turn into $14 million? That's because Charles was aggravated, and being the classy man he is, he stood up, told the judge to go fuck himself, and then flipped off everybody in the courtroom. Life pro tip for those watching, by the way. Don't tell judges to go fuck themselves when you're at trial. If it's not going to work for Charles, it's not going to work for you. Just don't be a Charles. That's the real pro tip. It doesn't just end there, though, since when the judge told him to sit down, he dared the judge to give him $1 million bond instead. And as you might imagine, the judge did. He then dared the judge to raise it to $10 million, so the judge did that too. And since we can all see where this is going, this kept going on until he got to $14 million. At which point, I really like to believe that Charles just realized he fucked up. This guy may be the shittiest negotiator on the planet. You're supposed to try to lessen your bail, not reach for the goddamn sky. Like, did this guy really believe that testing a person deciding his fate is a smart thing to do? Again, just don't be a Charles, and things like this won't happen to you. And as we all know, the saying goes, you play stupid games and maybe tell a judge to go fuck themselves, and, you win stupid prizes. But on to our main story, we're going to Portland since we have another creepy motherfucker from there. Side note, before I get into this, I'm starting to believe that Oregon is the Florida of the West Coast. Every week I take a look at stories from about 70 different cities, and there's always some new sex crime coming out of Oregon specifically. In the past few weeks, Oregon has been a better Florida than Florida, and I don't even understand how that's possible. Like, what the fuck is going on there? I digress. Portland police looking for man who threw semen on women in grocery stores. This guy followed women into grocery stores and then threw semen at them that was in a cup and then walked away like nothing happened. Considering that he had to transport the cup that he used to fling this at women. Excuse me while I gag. Okay, I'm good now. I just completely lost my train of thought though. A victim, who this happened to twice, mind you, described it as feeling as if something hit her in the back. One time happened while she was just shopping in Safeway, and the other happened when she was in the parking garage. What is wrong in your brain that makes you do this? I can't even fathom what kind of childhood issues you're dealing with to think that this is an acceptable behavior for a grown-ass man. An equally awful part is that when he's caught, according to Portland police, he will be facing charges of misdemeanor harassment. I don't see in what world this is just harassment. This is straight up sexual assault. You're dealing with potential diseases that just, for lack of a better word, came at you. You're dealing with someone who's clearly done this many times now and shows no intention of stopping. Seriously, Portland, what is going on with you? Look, just stop. Stop. Please and thanks. On to our final story of the day, though, before I begin ranting about places that have been ruined for me by the people that live there. We're going to Vegas, where man sues Vegas hotel over injuries from fleeing mannequin is a thing. Before I get into it, though, Vegas is notorious for underreporting things or just not reporting them at all. And I couldn't find a single Vegas outlet covering this at the time of recording. So proud of my city for that. But anyways, what allegedly happened was a tourist who was staying at Planet Hollywood claimed a life-sized mannequin was in his dark room. Despite having the ability to flip the lights on and see it wasn't a person, he instead decided to flee, which caused him to get injured. He has since filed suit against the hotel for $10,000, claiming that he has suffered undefined injuries to a lot of places on his body. I assume when he says undefined, he means complete and utter bullshit. A thing about Planet Hollywood, for those who don't know, is that they like to decorate all of their rooms with memorabilia. And as it later turns out, there was actually a mannequin in the room. A mannequin inside of a glass cabinet wearing a Miller Lite racing shirt. The man is claiming that the incident has, quote, left him limited in what he can do for work and fun, including loss of life enjoyment. Okay, look, if running from a mannequin is enough to lead you to a loss of life enjoyment, you have much more deep-seated issues, or you just tripped and became a quadriplegic. I could see if the mannequin was holding a knife or a gun or something, and that being a traumatic experience, but it wasn't that at all. Actually, I take that back. He's seen the Miller Lite shirt on the mannequin, and just the thought of drinking that sewage-filtered water in a can caused his life to lose all meaning. He was having flashbacks to the first time his weird uncle let him take a drink of it, and those painful memories just resurfaced for him, and it's a touchy subject. No, I totally get it now. It makes sense, and I'm sorry for assuming anything else. But that's all the time I have for today. I'm sorry I couldn't get my Friday video out. Links to the articles will of course be in the description below if you want to read them yourself. If you like what I'm doing and you want to see more, please be sure to leave a like and a comment below. It really helps out. Or if you think I'm just the worst, please feel free to dislike the video and tell me how awful I am in the comments below. I put out videos every Monday and Friday, so be sure to subscribe to get notified when those go up. My name is Mr. Chainsmoker, that's my show, and I'll see you Friday.